I'm Britt.
And my name is Alissa.
And this is Skeletales.
And this is the podcast where we strive to answer the age-old question of, is my dead grandma watching me? So is she, Britt? What do you think?
Well, it's summertime.
Okay.
Have you been swimming at all this summer?
Oh, yeah. We've got a pool. Oh, so much swimming.
Does it ever happen to you when you're swimming and your foot cramps up or your leg cramps up?
Dude, my foot all the time. Yes, my left foot. Every time.
Dead grandma.
Graham.
Yep. Whenever you get that, you have to massage the shit out of your leg to be like, stop, release. She's making you give yourself some self-care.
Or maybe it's grandma's foot and that's what it feels like to be a ghost. She's like, I want that boy to massage me. And then she like hops on in, and then her foot is all like old lady, crampity, cramp, claw foot. And then I start drowning, and the lifeguard has to save me and massage the cramp out of my foot.
Okay, I'm really loving this storyline. This is good.
Hey, Britt, do we just
what?
talk about foot cramps and grandmas on this podcast?
Only sometimes. But we also talk about spooky shit and paranormal things, and what else?
Hauntings, UFOs, doppelgangers, cryptids, Bigfoot.
Oh, did you say doppelgangers?
I said doppelgangers.
We did talk about that recently, finally.
Yep.
Near-death experiences, did you say that?
I didn't say that. I usually do because I love them. Want to hear more of them. Tell me
Creepy
the times
kids.
you see Jesus. That's what I was going to say. Tell Jesus, Buddha, whoever it is. I don't know actually all the religions' afterlife promises or anything, but I want to hear them all. Did you see them all up there?
Yeah.
Is it like a gang of gods hanging out around a round table?
Campfire?
Or a campfire telling ghost stories? I don't know. Tell me that. Near-death experience.
Okay, well, what are we talking about tonight? Do we even have like a theme?
I'm going to talk about some ghosts, good old hauntings. That's what I got going on today.
Yeah, I got some good trippy stories for us tonight.
I think I actually have a foot story, Britt.
Oh, psychic abilities. Woo,
I do.
woo.
Not a cramp, but worse. Even worse. Okay, so Britt, do you remember not too long ago, I told a story about a red-eyed nun?
Haunted. So haunted by that story. Okay. Yes, I remember.
Yes. So, and it was told by then_driver_1609. That's their Reddit handle. We've been emailing, but that's what they would like to be known by. So they listened and they had something to say because remember they were driving away from the graveyard and then they hit the ghost boundaries, which...
Yes. I was like, what is it?
Baffled, confounded, and greatly entertained us because we just like we don't know it all and we just like guessing, honestly.
We know nothing.
We just like making stories out of one word sometimes. So they extrapolated for us and they say that ghost boundaries are something that humans cannot see that limits ghosts from being able to cross into other areas. Okay. I believe that the area is where they died, but I am not 100%. The ghost cannot cross that barrier. Barrier? They wrote barrier. I said barrier. Barrier. Maybe they're from New England. Actually, they're not because you'll see. They may need permission to cross, but they might just not be able to either. So that's what they think, that if they die, and or maybe not even what they think, what they know about their knowledge of ghost barriers. Very interesting. So who's
setting these guidelines and these rules?
Have you... Ghost God? I don't know. Who knows?
It's in the ghost handbook, like Beetlejuice.
Exactly. That's what I was just going to say, like in Beetlejuice. Have you seen American Horror Story? Any of those?
No, I want to.
MG.
Should I?
Yes. I love them because they it's really scary and really spooky, but also sort of always has like a happy ending somehow. Like you have to watch them to understand. By the end of this series, there's like redemption and you feel like you're not just like horrified and shooken and been like, what just happened and just broke in, and why would anyone make this is like often a feeling I have when I watch horror-y things. So they have ghost boundaries in that show where you can't leave the house, you can't leave this hotel, you can't leave and you just get reset. So that's not a new concept. I don't think I know of the concept and the phenomena. So that you hit the ghost boundary with that nun, and whoopoo, she gets catapulted back.
For anybody who hasn't listened to that story, a quick recap is Reddit driver goes to a cemetery with her family. They see the cemetery. She sees a nun. They get in the car. They leave. And the nun is in the car with red eyes staring at the dad. And they drive away from the cemetery, I guess, until they hit the ghost boundary and the nun disappears.
The nun, boomerangs back. It's like picture a rubber band around the nun. And then there's a pencil stuck in the middle of the graveyard. And the nun is driving in the car, and they hit that that barrier, and then the rubber band just pulls the nun back. New theory. Before I was like, the nun's possessing the mom who's sitting in the car. I think the nun is trying to break out of her boundaries. And she says, you know what? Here's my exit. I've got a car. I've got a getaway car. Perfect. And then she's like, fuck, when she's rubber band back. I don't know. The severe eye contact towards the dad.
Oh my God.
I'm not. Okay. Anyway, go back to the old episode. Listen to that one. You'll get the whole heebie-jeebies. It's
serious heebie-jeebies.
Super, super heebie-jeebies. So they actually go on to say, I've had more paranormal experiences. That's not just the only one. And they go ahead and they share another story with me. Are you ready for it, Britt?
Thank you, then, driver. Woo!
And
You're people.
And they name this The Demon on the Stairs. Ooh, maybe I have a demon story. See, I don't know what the shit. I like to be surprised. I say this over and over. I barely read what I'm about to read. And
perfect.
Wonder why editing is such hell for me, because I should probably read this story before. Anyway, okay. So in my house, there are a lot of ghosts. Unsurprising, because the oldest records we can find of it are from the early 1600s, but could have been there before then.
Whoa, that is old as hell.
Hell yeah. That's also why they're not from the U.S. I'm pretty damn sure. I don't think.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think that's possible. Unless they live in Roanoke or something. I don't know. We have a set of steps that lead from the small kitchen/living room to a landing leading to bedrooms and bathrooms. There's a demonic presence there who tries to trip people and hurt people that go on the steps. This was the first ghost I saw from a few years ago. One night, I was on my own downstairs when I looked down and saw a cold, pale hand reaching towards my foot.
Nope.
And her nails scratched my foot. Before I screeched and jumped up off the sofa, the girl lunged at me, mouth opened, a few teeth missing, others kind of sharp as though she had shaved them. I fell on the ground, and she was hovering a few inches above me for a few seconds, and I noticed the iris in her eyes was very dark, almost black, and in the other was completely white.
Oh my God. Oh my, this is horror. Please keep going.
She disappeared, was gone without me even blinking. I stopped screaming and got to my feet, and without a thought ran outside in the pitch black and cried, calling my parents, only stopping halfway across my front yard.
Oh my God. Did she say how old she is here?
No, she doesn't.
Oh my gosh.
I looked down and my foot was bleeding really heavily.
Oh my gosh.
Finally, my mom answered the phone and told me it was my imagination and told me to go back inside. I refused, and my mom explained what happened to my dad, who told me to stay outside and go knock on the neighbor's door to see if he would let me stay there until my parents got back. Oh, did they say that their parents were out of town? Because I thought their mom is like answering from in the house now. She's like not even getting out of bed. She's like,
I think that they said that the parents just weren't home. I don't know that they're out of town, right? Did she? I just assumed they were just not at the house.
I assume they were upstairs in bed, and she's screaming and carrying on a fit, and they don't want to get up, and they answer the phone.
Bed, like, go to the neighbors.
Yeah, like, do you ever text Mike from somewhere else in the house?
Always.
Like,
if he is upstairs and I am downstairs, constantly.
Yeah. Babe, there's a demon on the stairs. I'm in the yard.
What's the Netflix password?
Mike, there's a ghost in the fridge. I'm at the bar. I don't like. You got to text them and let them know what's up. So that was what my mind painted the scene. Apparently, her parents are out of town. So okay, she says, after I hung up, I looked at the house and saw the girl in my bedroom window upstairs. She waved, smiling at me, but her nails were red with my blood. Even with my bad eyesight, I could see that.
No! What?
It's so
what?
awful.
Oh my God. Never. Can you just leave the country right now? Can you just leave the whole country right now, wherever you are?
I would
nightmarish.
Get on a plane. Go to the airport. Get on a plane.
Bloody, barefoot and all. Just get on a fucking plane and leave.
I feel like it'd be hard to go to your... After a few minutes that felt like hours, my parents arrived and got me and took me inside. My sister decided to make fun of me because I was still crying until she saw my ankle and foot. My ankle was really swollen, and the plasters the neighbors gave me were soaked through. They had gotten worse and bled heavier as soon as I went inside the house. So my parents took me to the hospital, and I got stitches. Damn.
Stitches? And then the doctor says, how did you get these? And you say, just a demon human from my house?
Yes.
What? Holy shit.
The next day, I was baking and calling my friends with the camera pointing at the stairs. I was explaining what had happened when I noticed in my reflection something was behind me, crawling down the stairs on all fours.
No! This is too much. I just don't even think I can handle. Oh my God. Oh my God. How?
I wasn't the only one who noticed it, and I grabbed my phone and ran into the living room and closed the door. One of my friends asked why I ran. My other friend said, "Didn't you see that?" I also woke up one night and she was floating above me, pushing on my eye. I couldn't move, and the next day I had a black eye.
On your eye? No.
The girl, now known as Gigi, standing for Ghosty Girl, on the stairs is still there, attempting to trip me every time I go to my room or to the bathroom.
She's still in the house?
Okay, but
she's still in the house?
Yes. And I haven't asked where they lived. They must still be in the house. Yes, I haven't asked where they lived. But plasters, that means Band-Aid, definitely not from the U.S.
Okay.
Or I'm not sure exactly. But the house is from the 1600s. So if her house, where's she going to move? She lives in obviously a place where houses are old as shit for the most part, right? She probably like, you can, okay, I'll move into that house from 1760s that's haunted by Archibald Goober Pants over there. Like,
clearly less
options?
Demonic, right?
Wait,
Archibald what?
I don't even know. Goober Pants? You know him.
He's a real hoot.
Archibald Goober Pants. Yes, you don't have a lot of options when you live in like the old country, right?
Oh, damn.
Everything's haunted.
My God, that's terrifying.
But you have to try to get away from that barrier. She's obviously within that ghost's boundaries.
Fuck. And she's still there. She has to sleep with like the fear of some Gigi. No, that's too sweet of a word. She needs a much more.
Oh yeah, Gigi sounds a lot cuter than what this sounds.
No, this demonic girl is
R is a much uglier sound to me. R,
what is her name?
I just don't like the letter R as much. I'm like, what's the uglier letter? S or wait, GG sounds cute. R,
GG does sound
but doesn't actually stand for anything. No.
Can we just call it RD? Rotten demon.
Rhonda.
Oh, sorry, Rhondas.
Sorry.
Short for Rhonda demon.
Okay. I don't even know what would create that kind of horrible demon ghost. Why is that a thing? There's a lot of evil demon. They got the evil nun. Wait, why? What? They're seeing some evil shit.
Yeah.
Okay. So is it just that's this type of ghost they attract?
Oh no.
Isn't that terrible? That might be that's terrible.
I do like that when she called her parents, her mom's like, walk it off. And the dad is like, no. Oh, no. Go to the neighbors. Don't go back in.
Yeah, because dad gets it. That's
dad
right, because dad sees
I'm sure
the ghosts.
Dad. You know what? Then driver, please ask your dad what he has seen. Has he seen Gigi?
Rhonda? He'll be like, oh yeah, Rhonda? I know. I was hoping you didn't see her
and he'll have
too.
a much more horrific story, I'm sure, because he tends to. Honestly, if this is an ongoing situation, driver, can you please just keep us like weekly updated and we will keep telling this? I am horrified and now completely hooked in this horrific story.
Okay, Britt, tell me a new story.
All right.
Please.
Okay. Well, mine is not that intense. This is from Jenny. When I was about 14, a friend of mine and I were walking on a back road close to the forest to get a soda from a nearby machine. We were the only two on the road that was rarely used, so it surprised me a bit to see a pair walking towards us. I'm guessing a pair of people.
Just a pear, like a fruit?
I tried so hard to see them in the dark, so I stopped to try and let them get closer. But the closer they got, the more I couldn't tell who they were. My friend finally asked me what I was looking at, and I tried to tell him about the pair who were getting very close and making me nervous. But he swore he could not see them. They finally came really close, and they were just black outlines of people with what looked like oily parking lot water inside.
Ooh.
I think the most terrible part was when I had to step away so that they wouldn't walk into me, but my friend didn't see them. So he stood there asking me what was wrong as one of them walked right through him. I watched them walk away, and I hurried him along to the soda machine. We took the more well-lit road home. I could not walk down that road ever again after that night.
I love that specific what was it? A watery parking lot puddle?
Oily parking lot water
puddle.
It's the perfect description because it's dark
but iridescent
and almost has that like
sheen.
Yes, sheen to it.
Like
it's like what universal. The fuck?
That's really funny. I appreciate that. Maybe it was the road puddles come to life. Maybe that is what happened. And was the guy like real greasy after that?
Oh,
he's just
shit.
Real oily.
Just like they're walking to the soda machines and he's just like his hair is like plastered to his forehead. So greasy.
Yeah.
Good question. I like that. Sure.
Yeah, that's my worst nightmare. I'm not a fan of like walking by anybody. And especially in the evenings and dark, like I don't want to see anybody. Like,
we're just telling all of your worst nightmares. I know. Alyssa nightmares.
I don't want to walk by anybody in the light. I always say hi. Just always. That's if you have social anxiety and about walking by people.
True.
Just adopt a strategy.
Hi, out
every
down
time.
there. Hello.
Like
I see you.
Every time, just a go-to. You erase any of the back and forth in your brain over what do I do? Oh my God, are they going to say hi? Do I make eye contact? If they don't say hi, I'm going to feel real. Doesn't matter. Say hi if they don't say hi. Doesn't matter.
I love that. I'm totally adopting that. I would just be more scary because it's late at night. You're walking down a no-name road in the forest where it's like, ooh. Yeah. And I imagine they're young. Oh, yeah, she was 14. So like, oh, we're probably not supposed to be out. Like, I would be wanting to be afraid of getting in trouble.
My strategy then is act really athletic and be like, not worth it. Like, you're real fast. Look as fast as possible. Like, maybe like do a little hamstring like stretches. Some like run in place a little bit, like some jumping jacks, and just look real like walk real fast, not worth the hassle. That's my and then also say, hey, perfect. There, hi, you look familiar.
Like, yeah. Do super athletic and friendly. Done.
Yeah, I don't know. Those are my advice, but I just avoid walking at night alone. Just don't do that in the first place.
All right. Do you have another story?
I do. So this one is called Season of the Ghost, and it's from NJW.
Ooh. Okay.
And so they say, so back in 2017, I decided I'd had enough of the lifestyle I was living. I'd finished university, but hadn't gotten anywhere with my degree and decided a change was necessary. This change came in the form of moving to France to do a winter season and test my luck at snowboarding.
Nice.
Myself and an old lady quickly found, wait, no, not an old lady.
Dreams.
Myself and an old friend. I don't know what.
Can I just visualize the old friend as being an old lady, please?
Yes. Like a little knit, like a shawl, yes. A bun, like a little hunched over. Well, okay, glasses.
I'm there.
Glasses, okay.
So there. All right, Lord. Old friend, old lady.
Myself and an old friend quickly found jobs as chalet hosts and relocated to Chamonix, France. Our little apartment was based at the bottom of Mount Brevant, and we shared this with 3 other girls. For a bit of context, the layout of the apartment meant that me and my friend shared a room, then 2 other girls shared a room opposite from ours. And then the final girl, who was also acting supervisor, had her own section of the apartment, complete with a separate kitchen and bathroom to the ones us four shared.
That's a crowded apartment.
Yeah, but it sounds like the supervisor had their own kind of like studio within their apartment.
Okay.
After a few weeks, my friend got a boyfriend and began staying at his place most nights. Once this started, I began having odd dreams. In these dreams, I would be flying around the room backwards, able to see myself asleep on the bed, but not able to slow down or control myself shooting around the room and under the bed and back out again. This was a little scary, but I was smoking a lot and just put it down to lucid dreaming. I'm familiar with astral projecting, but again, just thought it was from the smoke. Do you think they're talking about the reefer or just cigarettes?
Oh, reefer.
Okay, the reefer. Sure. Okay. On one of these nights, whilst zooming around my bedroom asleep, I saw that there was a shadow in the corner of the room watching me sleep. When I looked back down at myself, I saw both my legs raised in the air in an awkward position. I quickly woke up, found that my legs were actually in that position. And this creeped me the hell out, as I'd never experienced anything like this before.
Whoa.
Maybe it's foot cramps from the snowboarding. New at snowboarding, my legs cramp and odd. I'm a snowboarder. That's never happened to me. My feet do cramp, but that's a whole different animal. Okay, so she says, creepy, yes, but not the scariest part yet. One night, my friend was staying at her boyfriend's, as was one of the other girls. And the supervisor was out having drinks at a friend's. The other girl from opposite me, let's call her Charlotte, had gone out for a drink, but was due to have an early... had gone out for a drink.
So everyone's drinking, except she's coming back early. Charlotte's coming back early. Okay.
True. Okay. She had to get up early the next day, so she came home at around 11.
Okay, that makes more sense. Okay, I'm there.
This was a decision she later came to regret.
Oh, no.
So let's skip to the following morning. I'd woke up after a great night's sleep and was coming out of my room to go to the bathroom. But before making it in, Charlotte swung open her door in a flood of tears. I mean, this was a girl I'd only known a couple weeks, and we were not at the point of feeling comfortable enough to cry to one another. So this did catch me off guard. I managed to calm her down to the point of being able to speak coherent, which was when she told me everything that unfolded that night. Now, this is going to sound like some horror movie ripoff because it sounds too made up to be real, but this girl would have gained nothing from making up such a story, not to mention the crying. She explained that she was asleep and in her dream she got a bee stuck in her hair and the buzzing was so intense it woke her up. Only the buzzing didn't stop when she awoke. As she scanned her room for the source of the sound, she saw a woman stood at the foot of her bed, blocking the door. Initially, she thought that my friend had come home drunk and stumbled into the wrong room. But after calling her name and her eyes adjusting to the darkness, she realized this wasn't the case. Instead, an unknown woman glared down at her. She began shouting at her to leave, but the woman simply crossed her arms and smirked mockingly at Charlotte. After a few moments of being mocked, she plucked up the courage to lunge at the light switch, which was to the side of where the woman was stood. And as if by magic, she disappeared. Charlotte was understandably shook up at this point and left the light on to try and comfort herself. Only this wasn't the end of her waking nightmare.
No.
With the lights on, she sat up in her bed. She watched as the blanket began to pull off of her. And this happened continuously. Every time she would pull the cover back up, it would be pulled back down and eventually would be pulled up completely off of her, landing at the other side of the room.
Oh my God.
She explained how she was frozen and spent the rest of the night sat up in bed with the lights on, crying. And during this period, she heard laughs of mocking and just waited for the moment she heard someone else awake in the apartment. And this had been me.
Oh my gosh. Charlotte. Oh my God. That's horrible.
On this smirking, that makes me feel like she was like, go away, bad ghost, go away. And it was just like, no, you're the one who is in my space. You get the fuck out. And like pulling that blanket off. Okay. But Charlotte later told me how she was sensitive to ghosts, with this not being her only experience. She spoke of a time when she was younger and would tell her mom, about the boy in the wall in her house.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
A concerned mom arranged for a priest and a psychic to visit the house, where it was discovered that a boy had died in the property and his remains were found in the walls of the house. They had to get the police involvement, although it was determined that the body was 100 plus years old.
Holy shit. Alissa.
I know. So this little girl was talking about the boy in the wall, freaky, goosebumpy, beautiful awesomeness. Like that's so perfectly horrible. Boy in the wall, child talking about the boy that lives in the wall.
Yes.
So apparently the mom was like, okay, what the hell is going on? Investigated it. And then they did find a boy in the wall.
Freaking found a boy in the wall. Holy hell. Holy hell.
So
Charlotte.
I know. They had to get the police involvement, although it was determined that the body was 100 plus years old. Her family home was a converted nunnery, and there had been reports of a lot of abuse happening within the convent.
No.
Yeah. Her mom later paid a visit during this season and confirmed all of this. All these European ways of speaking. I don't know what this season is. I don't know. The snowboard season, maybe? Probably. Okay.
But wait, that's it? That's the end of the story?
No. But I'm thinking that the evil nun was trying to hitch a ride to this house in Chamonix because there was some unfinished business. Or she did get there and then she was there and haunting them. Okay.
Ooh, that does feel nunny to stand at the foot of a bed. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So her mom visited and confirmed all of this. Least to say, I was scarred by these events even though they didn't happen to me directly. I spent the rest of the season in fear of the next time I would be in the apartment on my own, not wanting to meet the ghost lady. Like, she's already had weird shit happen. She's like, now someone's seen a person. That's terrifying. After this, no one witnessed any more strange occurrences, despite us having been there for another 5 months after this happening. The most that happened was hearing a door slam shut, which I quickly brushed off as wind, even though no doors or windows were open. I was under the belief of not giving it any attention in the hope that it wouldn't fuel it to do any more. We spoke to our boss who owned the property, and although concerned at what we had seen, he did express that no other seasonaires had mentioned anything of the sort happening. I thought about this for a long time after, wanting more answers as to who this woman was. The only explanation I could come up with is that around a 10-minute walk away from our apartment, there was a cemetery. In this cemetery, there was a wall dedicated to all those who had lost their lives exploring the mountain. These were individuals from all over the world who had come to this area to explore the mountains, but wasn't lucky enough to make it back home. I believe this woman was an English explorer who had lost her life there and was drawn to Charlotte not only because she was sensitive to these things, but also because the woman was trapped in a country where few would understand her to communicate. Either way, this was a scary experience to all involved and has only piqued my interest in the paranormal further. Sorry for the length, but I hope you enjoyed my little experience with the paranormal.
I did. I don't think that this was an explorer, though. I think this was a relative of an explorer, perhaps the mother, who very disapprovingly, all of these snowboarders, she's like, nope, I will have none of it. And she rips the blanket off.
What, do you move out? What? It's the mother of an explorer? Wait,
isn't that what she was saying? Well, isn't that what she's saying? There's a whole wall of like explore. Did she say explorers?
She's like, I'm not gonna let someone's daughter die on this mountain.
You're being so risky on the mountain. It sounded to me like she just didn't want Charlotte there. She was just, and if I was Charlotte, I would be like, bye. I am not being in this room anymore.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's definitely when she says go away. That was my impression. And then her smirking like, really, you're telling me to get out of my own boundary, my own place. Like, you get out here. You know, like, get out of here. Go sleep elsewhere. You're not welcome here. That's for sure not a welcoming thing. But
no,
it doesn't sound like she spoke to her either. So as far as the communication goes, I don't know. Maybe she did. I don't know. But poor Charlotte. Charlotte sounds like she's got some experiences. And I do like how it was after the narrator here, like after NJW had her own experiences. So it was like, oh shit. And then it just stopped.
That is really, maybe because, you know, they talk about energy. Like, it takes so much energy to have to like pull a blanket off of a body all night long. Maybe it just like completely drained all of its energy in that night. And then it was just like, or I don't know, maybe like somebody like lit some incense and sage and was like, bye.
Yeah. Maybe someone accidentally in conversation said the magic words to break the curse. Like, hey, you want to smoke this bowl or something, right? Didn't they say they were smoking the reefer?
Oh, instead of incense, it was the reefer. And it was just like, whoo.
Yeah.
They like wave their hand in front of the reefer and they're just like, partake. Okay, now bye.
Someone's like, yeah. Brabba, it's a bluebird day out there. You said the magic words to make my curse disappear. I don't know. I like that idea.
That. Yeah, me too.
You should just throw. Right. That's why we say so many made up words on this podcast. Not because we can't pronounce them or know them. It's because we're trying to break any random rogue curses going around. It's the only way.
We're breaking curses left and fucking right. Yes.
Britt, do you have another story?
I have one more story. This is from will say I forgot to get a name, so her name is
Willow?
Willow. Perfect. This story is from Willow. Willow says, my fiance passed away when our daughter was 5 months old, and I was 2 months pregnant with our second daughter. I know. He used to sing this song to our oldest. Quick sidebar, I don't know the tone of this song, so I'm just making it up. I apologize if there is an actual real tune to it. Here we go. Little baby bumpkin, daddy's going hunting to get little rabbit skins to wrap my little Easton in. He passed away when she was 5 months old. She doesn't remember the song, and the child I was pregnant with surely doesn't remember. I never sang it to either of them. Fast forward to our youngest being 4 years old. I could hear her upstairs playing and talking. We were the only two home. I didn't think anything of it. She was playing with her dolls. I thought she was talking to the dolls. I went up to get her for lunch, and she was singing that song, but with her name, Kylie, instead. Little baby bumpkin, daddy's going hunting to get little rabbit skin to wrap my little Kylie in. I asked, where did you hear that? And she looked at me and giggles. Daddy sings it to me when we play. That's the end of it. That's it. That's all I have as a story.
Oh, I love it so much. Oh, my God. I love it. One, the beautiful rendition. I'm positive that's how it goes now. Love it, if not.
All the feels. All the feels. I don't have any more details other than that, but I was just like, I love that idea. I love the idea that, like, even though her fiance is gone, like, he's not gone, you know?
No, that, like, made me cry, like, how sweet is that? That's so freaking sweet. I love it. I love it. I love it. And definitely that little girl didn't know it. I mean, and also if you don't sing a lot of those songs, you think you'll never forget them. But then, like, it takes I don't remember how to play checkers. Like, if you don't practice even the most simplest things sometimes, like, and little nursery rhymes, I'm like, wait, how does that go? Jack and Jill took a pill.
The hill.
No.
No!
Oh, wait, what? Where they get water? I don't know.
You know, we sing a Have a Good Night song for our boys that we sing at night. And I know the song from when I was a little girl and my mom used to play it on a cassette tape. And I am curious now, like, how many generations now? Because we sing it every night. And, like, I don't know.
Gosh.
I love that idea of, like, my grandchild or great-grandchild will, like, be singing this song. Where did you hear that song? From Grandma. And I'll be like, there I am haunting your asses, kids. They'll know. They'll fucking know.
I love that's your goal. Someday, that song will be the sign that you're haunting.
Yes,
I love
absolutely.
it.
Without a doubt, they'll know it's me.
I love it. I'm gonna drool. I'll make people drool. You're gonna make. There's gonna be a sweet little song, the Goodnight song.
Yep, the Goodnight song. Hey, if you also have an awesome story that you want to share about oily people, ghostly apparitions in your bedroom, we've got some ways that you can tell us these stories and we'll share them.
You can email us in our hot box at skeletalspodcast@gmail.com. You can also call us on our hotline.
Hotline 302-689-DEAD, 302-689-3323. We are on all of the socials. You should visit us over there and look at our hilarity, but also you can message us over there too.
Yeah, we're on the Instagram at Skeletales Podcast. We're on Twitter at Skeletales Pod. We're on Facebook. We are on Facebook in our community, Skeletales Community. You should join on over there.
It. Every day I go over and I'm delighted.
Yeah, and we're genuinely making TikTokies now, so go hop on over on the TikTok and follow us over there. Yeah, and we always want to hear your stories. Absolutely, send in.
Always.
Just say hi. That's fine.
We do have a merch shop. You can find that on our website, skeletalspodcast.com, or on our socials. There's a link tree, I think, on Instagram. But really, what we want you to do is recommend to a friend and have fun.
Like, subscribe, share. Yeah.
Yeah, those things.
Visit. All right. Oh, hey, Britt.
What?
Britt.
What is it?
Britt.
What?
B to the R to the I to the T to the T. That's Britt.
Yay! Hunt y'all later.
Hunt you later.
Bye.
Good night.